The radical is not a 2, 3, 5, or 7, so we have to make the tree per both. So 45 is going to become, okay, we know that we got the 3 still, and you're going to have the 2 from the 20. Okay, so 45 is going to be 315, 3, 5. Okay, so who can go?
3.
A group of 3s can go, and the 5 is going to go back in the house. Okay, for the 20, I'm going to get 210, 2, 5. Okay, so for the 20, who can go?
2.
One group of 2s, and then the 5 can't go. What do I do with that 2, 2, and that 3, 3?
Multiply them.
Multiply them. Okay, so 3 times 3?
9.
9 square root 5 plus 4 square root 5. Okay, do they both have the same number underneath now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can combine the outside. So 9 plus 4?
13.
What's wrong?
Negative
Negative
3.
Perfect. Okay, so that should be a negative. So negative 9 plus 4
5.
is 5.
Or negative.
Negative 5.
See, we all make all mistakes.
Okay, 486. 486. 2 and what? Let's go, start typing. 2 and what? 486 divided by 2.
243.
2 and 243. 243.
3 and 81.
3 and 81. 81.
9
Yeah.
27.
3 and 27. 3, 9, 3, 3. Okay, so the 2 is going to come down because it already belongs there. Okay, and we're taking things in groups of 4. So who is allowed to go?
A 3.
One group of 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you get 1, 3 for that group. Okay, the 2 and the 3, can he go?
Nope.
No, they're going to go back in the house. Okay, plus 3 square root 5. The 5, can anyone go?
No.
No. Okay, so that one's going to stay the same. 3 square root 5. Well, it's not square root, it's 4th root. Okay, and then we've got a 405. 405. Who can go with that?
5 and 81.
5 and 81. Okay, that's going to be 327, 39, 33. Okay, so again, we're pulling in groups of 4 because that's the baby number on the outside. So who can go?
3.
One group of 3s, and a 5's got to go back in the house. Okay, so what do you do with these multiple number?
Multiply.
Multiply them. So we're going to get 6, a 6, a 3, a 5, and a 3, and a 5. Okay, all of which you're going to have a baby 4 on the outside. Okay, so if we're looking at this, who can get combined?
The 3 and 5.
The 3 and 5. Why the 3 and the 5?
Because they're the same.
They have the same number underneath. Okay, so you can only combine if they have the same number underneath of the radical. So 3 plus 3
6.
is going to be 6 with a 5 on the inside. Okay, 6 with a 5 on the inside, and then we need a 6 for the front one. Okay, and I'm assuming something is wrong because that's a 12. Oh, right here is a 405. So there should be really 3 right here, which is going to make this a 9.
Oh, okay.
9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. Okay, so it's got to be A. Okay, and I know this one was a little bit lengthier. Some we can see right away what the answer is, and some you're going to have to like kind of do some stuff. Okay, so again, the ones that take a really long time, those are the ones that I would say maybe skip, or that's totally up to you. Okay, 39, we've got square root of 10, square root of 6. Okay, so we multiply them, so it's going to be square root of 60. Okay, and then you got to do the tree. So you got 230, 215, 35. Okay, and I know this is why I almost don't like multiple choice, because as soon as you see 60, what did you automatically think, Oscar? You think A, right? but there's a difference between a square root of 60 and just 60. And a lot of you guys would circle A because you see the 60, okay? So that's the part I hate multiple choice on. So you're gonna get 2 on the outside, 3 and a 5 on the inside. Okay, and what would you do with that 3, 5? Multiply it, which would give you 15, so C. Okay, 41, you gotta distribute. Is this one an outside or inside piece?
Inside.
Inside. What about the 3?
Outside.
Outside. Square root of 2.
Inside.
Inside. Okay, inside pieces go with inside pieces, outside pieces go with outside pieces. So for this first part, it's gonna end up being 3 square root 2 plus the second part is gonna be square root 2 times 2, because you got 2 now underneath. Okay, what is 2 times 2?
4.
4. So this is really gonna become square root of 4. What is the square root of 4?
2.
It's just plain 2. Okay? And so that is answer option what? A. Okay, 43. What is a square root of 4? That's one of the ones I told you to memorize, remember? It's plain 2 with no house. Square root of 25
5.
is 5 with no house. Okay, so which one is that? A. Okay, 45. Square root of 16. Square root of 16
4.
is plain 4. Square root of 9
3.
is 3. Okay, what do we do with those? Multiply. So 2 times 4 is going to be 8. 3 times 3 is 9. So B. 47. It says to solve. When are we allowed? How do we get rid of the radical? How do we get rid of the house?
You gotta put a number.
What number?
Square.
2,
Baby 2. Okay, when are we allowed to do the baby 2?
when there's no number there.
When are we allowed to do a baby 2? It is when there's no number there's a baby 2, but when are we allowed to do it? Okay, because if you look at 49, that's not our first step. It's not baby 2. What would you have to do to 49 first?
If it's by itself.
Yeah, so everything has to be underneath the radical on the radical side before we can like baby 2. So like this one, you have to move the 8 first before we can do baby 2. What do you have to move first on 50?
Oh, you gotta move the 4.
Yeah, why are you yelling?
I
He's
didn't
excited. He loves math.
I
Hey.
didn't realize.
How do you don't have to move the 4 anyways. What on 50 do we have to move first? On 50, the minus 2. Okay, so on this one, is everything underneath the radical on the radical side?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so we can go ahead and say baby 2, baby 2. Okay, and so 4 squared
16.
is 16.
That'll be 8.
Yes, sir. Okay, 49. What do we need to move first?
Plus 8.
The 8. So we're going to say minus 8, minus 8. Okay, well that's going to give me 10 equals square root of x over 7. Then what needs to happen?
Put the 2 in the
Baby 2, baby 2. Okay, what is 10 squared?
100.
100 equals x over 7. And then what would need done?
Times by 7.
Times by 7, which would give you what?
700.
700.
I didn't know you had the times.
Yeah, because right now a fraction bar means divide, so 7. X divided by 7. Okay, 51. 51. The very first thing I would look at, should this be growth or decay, and then look at the pictures. Okay, is this growth or decay?
Growth.
It is growth. So can we cross off anything?
C.
We can cross off C. Okay, so that helps. Okay, now the next thing I would do is go ahead and make your chart. Okay, and I would fill in one number at a time, look at the graph. Fill in one number, look at the graph. Okay, so 4 times 2 to the negative 2. What does that give you? Negative 1. Okay, so on my 2 line, it should be at negative 1. Okay, so look at your pictures. What can we eliminate?
Wait, I got a positive one.
I did too.
You got a positive one?
I'm at
Yeah.
positive. I'm at positive.
Oh, it's positive one?
Yeah, because if
Okay.
it's negative, it would be decay.
So, if it's a -2 and at +1, okay, which one works out? -2, +1. B works out, so -2, here's my -2 line, and here's a +1. Oops, shit, my board freaks out all day. Okay, -2, +1. Okay, this one, -2, is that on +1?
No.
No, so this one does not work out. Okay, what about D? Does that work out?
Yes.
Yes, that does. -2, +1. So you're gonna have to check the next one. Okay, so then type in -1. Okay, slowly but surely eliminate what you can.
Positive 2.
It's +2.
Yeah.
Okay, so then it should be at -1, 2. -1, 2. And they both look like they check out. Okay, so then type in 0.
4.
0 is going to be 4. B looks good. D does not. Does it? No. Okay. So did we have to finish the whole list? No. Okay, I would do them one at a time, cross it off. Okay? That's just me. Now if you think it's better to do the whole list, do it. Okay, 53, is that growth or decay? Decay, so what can we eliminate?
All the growth.
Well, all the growth, but which ones?
All of them? Wait, what?
What can we eliminate on
Oh,
53?
never mind. I was on
Nothing, right? They're all decay. All the pictures are of decay. Okay, so we're gonna have to do the little chart. Okay, so fraction button 1/4, and then hit over and say times, parentheses, fraction button 1/7. To the whatever.
I got 49.4.
Decimal.
Oh, 12.25.
12.25, okay, and again, I would stop and look. So -2 should be somewhere a little bit above the 12, okay? So does this one look like it fits?
Nope.
No, it does not. Okay, what about this one? -2 and on the 12. That one looks like it could be C. Looks like it could be, what about D?
No.
D is definitely not. Okay, so that helped out. Okay, -1.
1.75.
1.75?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That seems like a drastic jump. Are we sure?
Yeah.
Okay. So -1 and 1.75, those both look okay. 0.
0.25.
0.25.
Yeah.
So what is the
Which
difference?
one is gonna be the right answer?
Huh?
Which one is it? Because
I don't know. That's what I'm looking at right now. I'm gonna go with B.
What is 0.3?
And then 2 is 0.00.
Well,
And then
the B line, it separates before the 12.
It does. So this looks like it crosses. To me, if I look at the top, see how it's like not exactly on 20?
Yeah.
And so like this looks like it crosses at somewhere around the 12, and this one like does it beforehand. So I'm gonna go with B. I don't actually know because that picture's kind of hard to tell. 55 and 56, I forgot to edit the question. And so I'm gonna do it on the final, but we can cross it off, okay? What does that +1 do though?
Mine.
What does the +1 do? Look at 55.
Yeah, it turns it. Wait, it says plus. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one.
55.
It's exact, right?
yeah, perfect.
What does this +1 do? Ignore the graphs because normally I don't even give you one.
That means go.
Square.
We
Right.
go up
Oh,
1.
yeah, up.
Yeah.
What does the -2 do?
We go right.
To the right 2, and then is this growth or decay?
Decay.
It's decay.
It's decay, okay? So normally, I just give you guys the thing and I have you describe it. I put the graph on here, so ignore 55 and 56. Please cross them out. Really big. The whole page, put a giant X on it. The whole page. So I remember. Let me see. Look it should look like this. A giant X, okay? Put a giant X on your page. 55, 56. Okay, there's only 2 on there.
What?
I'm proud of that joke.
We're almost done.
I didn't get it.
Okay, you too. My camera's on. 57. We need to rewrite what's gotta go where.
15 comes big.
It goes.
The 15, log 15, the 15 goes on the other side of the log and crosses out.
Okay, so it goes A, B, C, and then what is the new formula?
A over, or C is the little number above A.
Perfect.
Equals B.
And then B. Yep. So which one is what?
A.
You think A? It is A.
Yes,
What about 59?
so it's not gonna be A or C, it's gonna be either B or B. It's B.
It is B. 12 is B. Okay, these ones go AC, and that's my B, and we go log ABC. Okay, so it's gonna be log what?
It's gonna be C.
16.
It's gonna be log 16, and that's the only option. Okay, log 16, so D. What about 63? It's gonna be log what?
X.
Log X. Okay, so we know that these two are not gonna work. Okay, log X, then what?
Y equals -1.
Log,
D.
is it D?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, they almost take like a second to like look at and like make sure. I don't know. 65, what do we do for those? 65, what does we do?
Oh, we type it.
Yeah, we just plug it in the calculator. Okay, what is that?
2.
2.
Close.
Okay, 67, what do we gotta do?
Same thing.
Mm-mm.
I don't know. This.
What do we gotta do?
I don't know.
Gotta
All
This
take out the
one.
log 3.
The 3.
We gotta cross out the 3, so we need to raise both sides to the 3 power. Ooh. Okay, so 3 and 3. Okay, so this is gonna look like k minus 8 equals 3 to the negative 1 power. Okay, what is 3 to the negative 1 power?
1/3.
1/3, so 1 over 3?
Yep.
So we got k minus 8 equals 1 over 3. Okay, then what?
We add 8.
Add 8. So what is 1/3 plus 8?
5 to the third.
Hmm?
25 to the third.
25 over 3.
25 over 3. Okay, when you type it on your calculator, just so you know, it has to, so you're gonna hit your fraction button box, right? And you're gonna put the 1 and the 3, then you need to hit over, and then the plus 8 has to be off to the side. If you don't hit the over, it looks like this on your calculator. Okay, and that is not correct, okay? The 8 has to be off to the side, otherwise it will not work, okay? 69, what do we do first?
Rid of the 2.
2, okay, and 2. So we got 8m minus 7. What is 2 to the 4th power? No, use your calculator.
16.
16?
Yeah.
Okay, then what?
Plus 7.
Plus 7. So what is 16 plus 7?
3.
23.
23. And then what?
Divided by 8.
Divide by 8. So 23 divided by 8.
23.
It's going to be 23 over 8. Okay, it just doesn't simplify. Okay, 71. We're gonna raise both sides to the 4. And so they cancel, so I got 4m plus 6 equals negative 4m plus 6. Okay, who needs moved? The negative 4m is gonna get moved over. And then a minus 6 and a minus 6. Which 6 is getting crossed off and which 6 is saying 0? The one to the left is getting crossed off. This one's going to say equals 0. Oh, it's 8 actually. 8m. Okay, and then what?
And it goes out.
Huh?
You would divide, but
We divide.
It's like divide and multiply. You will always equal 0.
Yep, and it's going to equal 0.
Another thing I noticed about these type of math questions, if you just get a 0 at every time, it's going to be 0.
Oh yeah. Well,
Most
nah.
of the time.
Not for addition or subtraction. Okay, hey boys, stop, I'm recording. Okay, 73. Okay, they gave you minus, so what do you need to do?
Oh, divide.
You guys said every option.
You divide.
Jesus
No,
Christ.
you
They gave us minus, what goes with minus?
divide.
Divide, there we go. Okay, so what can we cross out? Hey, I got my camera on, I'm trying to record for other classes too. Shh. Okay, so it goes with divide, so what can you cross out? Multiplication, so the A and C definitely does not work. Okay, look at it, what is the difference between the two? What's the correct one?
D.
Yeah.
Why is D the correct one?
Because the 6 in front of the first one goes to 7.
Yeah, so the 6 goes with the 7, and the 24 goes to the back of the 10, okay? This one, they put the 7 with the 24, and then the 10 with the 6, okay? That's not correct, okay? It's gotta be D. Okay, expanding. That gave you divide, so what are you gonna turn it into? They gave us divide, so we turn it into what?
Minus.
Into minus, okay? So which one does it have to be?
C.
It's gotta be C. Okay, however, you would take the 5 out first, okay, and then do the minus, and then you're also gonna have to end up moving the 3, okay? And then 77, Lisa Invest 1842, and a savings account. Okay, so we're gonna say, and mine looks different than your guys's because I just wrote on the paper, but 1842. One plus what? What goes on the top part? 0.09, bottom. 10, and then the outside. 10 times 10.
$4,512.38.
$4,512.38. Somebody agree?
Yeah.
Okay, the rest of the sheet is for you guys.